My name is Robert Kobick. I'm 57 years old, and my donor is Sam, a nurse at Montefiore Hospital. She's 27 years old, and she's my hero. And as far as running, currently I'm on a 365-day cycle of increasing each month. Currently I'm at 23.9 miles. Going for the month of October, which is my greatest month for running because of the weather and because of my transplant, I hope to complete 31 consecutive marathons. That's 26.2 miles per day. That's 812.2 miles, at which time, if I complete it this October, I'll then have one single tattoo on my body, and it will say 812.2. My transplant was on October 16, 2020. A year of disaster for many, but a year of euphoric proportions for myself. My journey started January 24th, 2010. For more than 10 years, I danced with death. The process of renal failure is not a simple one. It's a progressionary thing, and it's also discretionary on how you want to fight your battle. I chose to fight the battle head on. There's no side streets, there's no shortcuts. I go through things. Nothing's going to stop me when it comes to my health. So I found out in 2010 that my sugar was erratic, that my blood pressure was high, and because I had not seen a doctor for more than 10 years previous to 2010, the progression of the disease had already started to the point where I was in third stage renal failure. I was on dialysis for 3 years. I did 2004 single treatments. My first series of treatments involves 1,860 through my stomach. I was a solo PD patient. I switched in April of 2020, about 4 months previous to my transplant, to home hemo solo, which I did 145 additional treatments there. I chose transplant in 2017, and I was put on the list in Pittsburgh on October 3rd, 2017. I'm blessed to have 6 children, all healthy. I'm blessed to see them in the mornings. I'm blessed to see them in the evenings at that time. I wanted to live. I wanted to experience life. I wanted to be a grandfather. I take being a father very serious. So my children were, at that point, my true inspiration. Previous to transplant, again, previously to October 16th, 2020, from 2014 to 2020, to stay busy, I ran 17,000 miles to stay active, to stay motivated, and to stay on that transplant list, because you cannot falter, because your blood work, as I was doing my own blood work and submitting it to Starzl every month, must meet their criteria. And if it does not, then they're going to take you off the list. So you got to be healthy to be sick. It's easier, and I don't say that jokingly, it's simpler to be a renal failure patient to me than it is to be a transplant recipient, because the whole game changes. My life has changed for the reason that now it's not about planning for the future, it's about living in the moment. The uncertainty that renal failure brings in certain people's lives is overwhelming. I was proud, I embraced it, then I challenged it, and then I defeated it. But today, I'm living my life like I've never lived before. We can do great things. We can feel great. We can be great. Even on your last day of life, you can still feel great. Now, if you're in a challenge situation, my suggestion is go out and buy a nice pair of walking shoes. They don't have to be $100, they can be $50. If you can't afford them, you find out where I am and I'll buy them for you. I want people to know one thing that's very important. It's okay to think you might die, because I want you to know it's even greater to live.